Hey, Lindsay Vertner, mindset expert and professional speaker here. And in the last video, we talked about what is self-care really. And essentially what it came down to is being intentional and active in creating a regular routine or habit where you are prioritizing the protection and preservation of your health. Mental, emotional, and physical health, your overall well-being, because those things are directly tied to every single area of our lives. And when we aren't practicing self-care, we find ourselves more stressed. We have a decrease in energy. We are unable to focus and be productive. And there's a difference between being busy and being productive. Like, have you ever been going all throughout the day, and at the end of the day, you're like, what did I even do? What did I accomplish? Like, you literally don't have the capacity to focus on what matters because you're lacking self-care. You are increasing your amount of stress and overwhelm. You are increasing your risk of depression, for anxiety, your risk of heart disease. You are increasing your risk for high blood pressure, all because you're lacking self-care. You are increasing the frequency of headaches and migraines, body or muscle tensions that you're experiencing. You likely have trouble sleeping, either falling asleep or staying asleep. So you're experiencing insomnia. You have trouble with your eating, like you're eating too little or you're eating too much. So you have fluctuating weight issues. Let's see, mood instability. You are easily agitated. Like, there's so many things that are tied to our lack of self-care, and oftentimes we'll just write it off as, oh, we're just stressed, and not realizing that our lack of self-care is increasing the amount of stress we are experiencing on a day-to-day basis. And I didn't even get into cortisol and how our lack of self-care increases the release of cortisol within our bodies. And that's not good. That is good for short amounts during life-threatening situations to help us survive and get out of those moments. It's not meant to be released every single day. But when we're constantly stressed and overwhelmed and not prioritizing our needs, then we are constantly releasing cortisol, which ties into some of those things we already mentioned, like an increased risk of heart disease and things like that. So it also weakens our immune system. So we find ourselves sick more often. And essentially, I could go on and on and on and on, but I just wanted to share with you a few of the ways that a lack of self-care impacts our life in a negative way. So put your comments, your questions down below, and let's keep the discussion going.